It's unbelievable.
And here's one for you, Dion. Lonnie Johnson. It's a big corner.
He's a big corner.
4.52.
It's not
Good
bad
time for a big corner.
Yeah, it's not a bad time when you're almost 6'2", 213 pounds.
It's a good time for a big corner.
And he's smooth. He's real fluid for a big corner.
He showed that in Mobile, Dion.
We're back in the ZoneCoverage.com studios. Your boy Luke Inman, my guy Sam Ekstrom. We're looking at Viking-specific targets. And we're on to the cornerbacks. Day one, I don't know why there's a line here. Obviously, they're going to take a cornerback in day one. Greedy, DeAndre Baker, Byron Murphy. Best available, pull the trigger, hand in the card. Let's sleep easy at night. Of course, they're not going to invest another early pick on a corner. But you've got Holton Hill coming on a 4-game suspension. How good is Mike Husney going to look coming off the ACL? Don't put it past Mike Zimmer and Rick Spielman to at least look at day 2 and 3 because there's some really enticing cornerback options. I'm looking at Justin Lane, former receiver, 6'3", long, lanky, very raw, techniques nowhere where it needs to be. That's where Mike Zimmer comes in. Very intriguing option for Michigan State. They got some connection there with some cornerbacks. Rocky Sin from Temple, not quite as big and long, but still very physically imposing. And last year, the longest catch he gave up was just 13 yards. So very productive already. Not a lot of people talking about him. Again, kind of in that tier 2 of cornerbacks. How about day 3? Maybe some more realistic options after they, again, kind of wait the first few rounds.
Sure, it's interesting because the Vikings usually invest most of their resources early in the draft on cornerbacks. We haven't actually seen them do it a ton with day 3 cornerbacks, but this might be the year to do it. We've got Sean Bunting right in the middle here. Bunting from Central Michigan, another directional Michigan school. Tyler Conklin, former teammate. Bunting, 9 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles in his career, and grades out pretty nicely in coverage. Top 10 coverage analytics according to Pro Football Focus. And then opposite of the small school guy, you got the ultimate big school player, Kendall Sheffield, the rare player that transferred from Alabama and went to, just Ohio State.
No big deal.
Another blue blood. And he tore his pec during the combine, so you got to take into account the injury possibilities. Reportedly did not require surgery, but Sheffield, not tremendous against the run, pretty nice in coverage, had 2 contributing years at Ohio State. Nice player. If I were to choose between these two, you know more about Lonnie Johnson than I do, Luke, but I would go Bunting over Sheffield, to be honest, even though Sheffield has the better pedigree.
And you gotta love the value, though, of maybe getting Sheffield on round 6 or 7 with that torn pec, or maybe even undrafted. Sure. There's a lot of talent still to be had. I'm looking for value. Like Justin Lane, Lonnie Johnson from Kentucky is 6'3". 6'3", kind of have that Sean Smith type of stature, and again, tons of speed, tons of length, tons of athleticism. Very inconsistent, though, when it comes to his technique, his feet placement. His hips weren't the best at times. But you get Mike Zimmer, the defensive back guru and the coach, in that room, and I think Lonnie Johnson, what a great 5th cornerback that could be with Marcus Sherrill's now departed. I think a guy like Lonnie Johnson would just make a ton of sense to slowly develop and maybe someday, hopefully not in 2019, but someday start to kind of work his way up with all that physical ability. I think would be a lot of fun. 2 physical guys here in Justin Lane and Lonnie Johnson. A guy with great value here with Sheffield with the torn pec. And then 2 other names, Rocky Sin, Sean Bunting from Central Michigan. I think there's a lot of good options in this cornerback class after the top tier, which it seems like, hopefully, they'll stay away from on day 1. Luke Inman, Sam Ekstrom, ZoneCoverage.com studios. Check out all our work on Zone Coverage, but for now, signing out.